Alright, hello boys and girls, moms and dads, welcome to Heroes Modern School Academy. This is 5th grade science, week number 8. Alright, so today we're going to do a quick review of rocks. So we had talked about rocks before, but this is going to be like a quick review of it so that we can internalize this by going over it multiple times over. So we are going to be talking about rocks today. What are rocks? Well, a rock is a naturally occurring solid mass or an aggregate of minerals, matter. Alright, so it naturally occurs, but it is a solid mass. It's a mass of land that is stuck together, essentially. It is formed by semi-solid materials called magma, which contains minerals that usually erupts to the Earth's from the Earth's crust onto the surface of the Earth. So don't forget this term over there, magma. Somebody say magma. Okay, well, it's a semi-solid, something that comes out of the Earth's crust and it jumps onto the surface, especially in a volcanic eruption or some other eruption like that. It comes up from the Earth's crust onto the surface, and when it cools down, it becomes a rock for us. Now, there are 3 major categories of rocks. There are what we call igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and then we are going to talk later about the 3rd kind of rocks, which is going to be metamorphic rocks. But let's look at the first 2 categories right now, igneous rocks. Well, igneous rocks are formed when magma cools in the Earth's crust or when lava cools on the ground surface or the seabed. So typically igneous rocks are going to be light or dark in color. They are usually very hard. They may have irregular shapes, but they are very smooth. They are quite shiny. They have fine mineral particles in them. They do not contain plants or animal remains. Water cannot pass through them. They do not occur in layers. Wind or water cannot easily wear them away. And examples are going to be granite, basalt, and gabbro. Then the second type of rocks will be sedimentary rocks, which are formed by weathering or transportation of existing rocks, plants, and animal particles to other parts of the earth. These particles get cemented over time to form sedimentary rocks. Their colors are usually dark or they can contain a mixture of colors. They're not very hard. They are usually very coarse, and their appearance is typically dull over there. Their composition, they include plants and animal particles. They occur in layers. They are not shiny. They can easily be washed away. Alright, so let's try to document some of these points over there and see if we can remember some of these points right over there for us. Alright, so what are the 2 major types of rocks that we talked about today? Can somebody remember for me? They are going to be igneous. So igneous rocks. Alright, and then there is going to be what we call sedimentary rocks. Okay, sedimentary. Alright, so those are the 2 types of rocks that we talked about today, sedimentary rocks and igneous rocks. Alright, so which of these rocks will be very hard? Well, this one is going to be hard. Okay, this is hard. And which one is going to be soft? This is going to be soft. Okay, this is soft. Okay. What are the properties of igneous rocks? Can you remember? Well, they are going to be shiny. Can you remember that? Well, igneous rocks, they are shiny. Okay, they are shiny. All right. And this one, they are pretty much like dull in their appearance. They are going to be dull in their appearance. Which one contains plants and animal remains? Well, that's going to be this one over there. So a couple of points that you can use to remember what we talked about today: igneous rocks and sedimentary rocks. Please make sure you turn to page number 21 and page number 22 of your workbook to retain this content a little bit better. Alright, so the third type of rocks will be called metamorphic rocks, which are formed when existing rocks, igneous or sedimentary rocks, are subject to high pressures and temperatures, and they then become transformed. And what happens to them when they become transformed? Well, you're going to see the color starts to change a little bit. If it was dark before, it's going to be lighter. If it was lighter before, it's going to become a little bit dark. And the hardness may start to change a little bit between hard and soft. If it was just very hard before, it's going to become a little bit softer right now. If it was softer before, it's going to become a little bit harder. Why? Because sedimentary rocks are being added to igneous rocks. So that's what happens to the hardness property of metamorphic rocks. Their shape may be smooth or maybe rough. Appearance are still going to be a combination of being dull and shiny. The mixture may be coarse or with fine particles. They may contain remains of dead plants and animals. They may have different kinds of colors. They may be hard or soft, and they occur in layers. An example of a metamorphic rock is going to be slate or schist, and all of that. So why do we have rocks? Well, rocks are used for constructing homes and bridges. We use rocks a lot in big-time constructions in the 21st century. Rocks are going to be used in building roads as well. And did you know that diamonds are a type of rocks, and they are used in jewelry? All right. So please try to remember these points as well. All right. So that's what I got for you today, boys and girls. Remember, God cares about you, and so do we. Bye-bye.
I'll be your hero's buddy, and as you study with heroes born.